Hello, hello. Are we live? I think we are. Camera looks good. Microphone check. 1, 2. Hello. What's up, guys? Welcome to the first ever live stream here on my YouTube channel. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me see if I can pull out is there like a chat window? Is it here? I don't think it's there. Let's go to this. Maybe it's here. Oh, I think that's it. Oh, hey, man, there are some people already in here. Dang, I didn't know that. Let me pause this video. I don't like seeing myself twice. I've got two monitors, so it's nice. So I can look here for my camera and there for the chat. What's up, guys? Piper John, hello. What's up? Hello from Florida. So most important question of all, what is the meaning of life? Man, oof. I hope you didn't come to this live stream for the meaning of life. I guess it's to resell. I don't know what other meaning there would be. So I knew the answer. The one, yeah, I don't think so. What's up, Nils? My buddy OMG, it's Nelson. Thank you, man, for checking in. I appreciate it. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. We go down here. You're competing with Trump right now. No competition. I think he wins. Sounds and looks good. Hey, what's up, Honda Hangouts? Thanks, man. A lot of Josh. Hello. Let me pass out the wrenches. I think. Yeah, that's how we do it. What's up, guys? Good to see you. Let's pass out some wrenches. I think that's the most important thing to start off with. Hello, hello. I think I got everybody. Sounds good. ADDG, what's up, man? Good to see you. Junk Trader, hello. Hi. Hi, thanks for stopping by. We are live. Great to see you guys. I'm going to let some more people get in here. Hopefully, got some Q&A. First of all, I want to thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. I honestly cannot believe. Oh, I better give my boy home. Gee, it's Nilson a moderator wrench, dude. My bad, man. But yeah, I honestly cannot believe that I hit 1,000 subscribers. When I created my YouTube channel, honestly, I thought like my friends and my family would watch it. My parents watch my YouTube channel. I find out my aunt watches my YouTube channel. She said she loves my storage unit videos. I was like, okay. But, for my friends and stuff to see, like, I don't know. Because, I mean, so to somebody on the outside, I guess it would seem like maybe a midlife crisis to quit your profession. So I went to school for 3 years to be a surgical tech. And then I just kind of said, well, I'm not going to do that anymore. And, started reselling. So for the outside world, it may seem like a crazy idea. For me, I always knew that, if you have some faith in yourself, usually things work out. So I usually have a lot of confidence in myself. So, but I made the YouTube channel really because my wife was tired of me talking about reselling to her all the time. So I said, well, maybe I'll meet some other people who are like-minded, and B, so my family and friends could see it. So the fact that other people watch the videos blows my mind, and that, 1,000 people have subscribed to this channel. I don't know why. Hey, thanks for the wrench. No problem. 1,000 subs. Heck yeah. Thank you, Honda. Thank you, man. One of my earliest and, most, someone who supported this channel since really the beginning, Honda Hangouts. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. So with that being said, my last eBay video, I put out like just a, ask some questions type thing to get me started. And if you guys have questions in chat, feel free. Just 1,000 subscriber Q&A. I've got a few bullet points here. I'm the kind of person I have to write stuff down or I'll forget. So I've got a few bullet points here to go through. We'll do some Q&A, just kind of talk about, reselling and life, and maybe we'll figure out the meaning of life in this stream. Who knows? But let's start with the questions. Questions number 1. This one comes from, let's see, Honda, congrats on 1,000 subs, Matt. Thanks, man. Let's see. I think this is probably a good question to start with. Leanne Nicholas says, how much fun are you having doing this? Scrap it up. A lot of fun, honestly. It's just a crazy kind of idea to be able to like go places and find things that people think are just kind of like junky, and then spend very little, and then take those things and sell them on eBay or locally or whatever. Having a lot of fun with it. It's kind of like a treasure hunt. I got really excited when I found those stupid laser beasts, because I don't know, like when you find something really cool that has a lot of value, and you kind of rescue it from, you know, who knows where it would have ended up. But it's kind of cool to, you know, find those things. So having a lot of fun with that. Pretty cool treasure hunting stuff. Finding video games is cool. So a lot of fun reselling. It's fun. And I still like when I get like the eBay notice that I sold something, I still like check my phone, like, oh, what did I sell? What did I sell? So like that, the selling portion of it hasn't worn off yet. Like the fun of selling hasn't worn off. That's for sure. So you write, yeah, you write out your bullet points too. Yeah. I have to, or I'll completely forget. Like, and then I'll go back, like right when I hit the, like, okay, we're done, see you guys. I'll hit the finish button, and then I'll be like, oh man, I forgot to talk about like 4 different things. That happens a lot on eBay videos, like my what sold videos, pretty much in any video I do. After I'm done actually putting the video on, I'm like, oh, I totally forgot to mention this or say this or whatever. So good question, Leanne. How much fun are you having doing this? Still a lot of fun, and more fun now that garage sale season starts. It really starts this weekend. This weekend, I think there's 2 neighborhood sales and a bunch of other garage sales. So garage sale season starting to pick back up. I'll say that I will be very transparent and say that like in the winter months, like halfway through December until like I would say through February, I wouldn't say it wasn't fun, but it was just kind of, the grind was real, very monotonous, doing the same things every day, going to the thrift stores, coming home, you know, testing, cleaning, listing. That kind of monotony wasn't fun. That's why I do things like buy storage units and try to just do all different kind of things. I don't just go to garage sales. I like to go to estate sales. I like to go to church rummage sales. Really anywhere. Facebook Marketplace, I like to sell locally because it's just different. I like to do different things. So on this channel, you'll see that reflected where, you know, one day I'm cleaning out a storage unit. The next day I'm running through thrift stores, you know, that kind of stuff. So it was very grindy and monotonous over the winter. And I wasn't really prepared for the winter. I will say that too. So this year I'm going to be a lot more prepared because I started the reselling journey in July. So I missed a whole bunch of like garage sale, like really good garage sale season stuff. So I'll be more prepared come like next winter because I'll have like, this is my death pile. And it looks kind of, I don't know, maybe to some of you guys that looks just normal. To my wife, it looks crazy. To me, it just looks like, you know, but there's nothing really exciting over there. You know what I mean? There's nothing over there that's like, I need to get this listed today. So for next winter, I'll be a lot more prepared, you know, building up my death pile for when the winter comes. I won't have to go to the thrift stores 5-6 days a week to be able to keep sourcing, you know what I mean? Because I'll have a nice stockpile of stuff that's exciting to list too. So very good questions. Michael Simon, congrats on 1K. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Good to see you. Dang, that 1,000 sub happened fast. Yeah. ADDG. It did. I got pretty lucky, man, to be honest. I had one of my storage unit videos got like 35,000 views on it somehow. And it was kind of lucky, but not lucky. And I'll explain. So somehow one of my storage unit videos ended up in people's like recommendeds and like suggested videos, right? Which, you know, I'm a small YouTuber. I'm still like in the YouTube, it's kind of like reselling. Like you make some videos, you're trying to figure it all out. Like this is my first live stream. It's not going to be like fantastic. It's, you know, there's going to be some hiccups and glitches, I'm sure, but you're kind of figuring it out. And then all of a sudden 35,000 people watch one of your videos when you're still trying to get the hang of YouTube and making videos. So it was cool because I gained a lot of subscribers from that video, but also eye-opening because most comments are positive, definitely positive. But you get, you know what I mean? When you get into 35,000, you know, people watching the video, you get some trolls in there, you know what I mean? And not necessarily always trolls, but people who have constructive criticism because, you know, maybe they care or, you know, are just genuinely trying to help you out. So it was kind of a double-edged sword. One, it helped us get to 1,000 subscribers pretty quickly, I think. And two, it was a wake-up call, I guess, or, you know, just kind of happened really quickly, which, you know, I don't know. It could, I guess, you know, to some people that's good. But to me, I was kind of like, oh, all of a sudden there was 35,000 views. I'm like, where did all these people come from? I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little streamer. So what's next? Good question, Leanne. I appreciate the question. This one's a couple of questions here from Nicole Van. Hello, Nicole. Another a person who's, comments like on every video and has shown lots of support for the YouTube channel. So, all right. Let's see. The question is, what kind of tracking system do you use? An Excel spreadsheet? Well, I have a finance department, my wife. I think she does an Excel spreadsheet, if I'm not mistaken. She does something. So her desk is over there. So I sit here and give her like the numbers, and then she types them into her spreadsheet, I guess. And then she tells me like how long we had it listed for, how much we spent, how much was shipping, eBay. Like I give her all those numbers, and then she tells me like, well, you spent this amount and you profited this much. And then at the end of the month, she tells me, okay, you sold this many items. We spent this much. You spent this much in eBay fees. You spent this much in shipping fees. This is what you profited per month, that kind of thing. And then we compare those months to all the other months. So that's how we track our like sales and stuff so far. And it worked out good for tax purposes. When we showed that the tax lady, because we went to a tax person this year because of the business, and showed her that like the Excel spreadsheet, and she was totally cool with it. She's like, yeah, that's perfect. Works great. So we gave her all the numbers. She took those numbers, did our taxes, and everything was good. So good question there. Do you fill it out and list it as you finish when you sell? No, me and my wife are kind of procrastinators, and B, my wife works out of town. So when she's gone, she'll be gone for like 4 days in a row, 3 or 4 days in a row. So there is lots of times where we have to catch up when she gets back. So Riley Nolan, hey, what's up, man? Hello, I love your vids. Hey, thanks. Really has helped me out with my reselling journey. Awesome, dude. Cool. Let's see. Honda says, are you treating this like a normal 8 to 4 and able to keep up like quality family time, video game play? Okay, so that's a good question, Honda. I would say at first, so when I first started reselling, no. You can ask my buddies. It was like all reselling all the time. I totally stopped playing games, and it was like if I was hanging out with my buddies online, they were playing games, and I was like, they'll be like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, working on eBay, obviously. And I think when you're first starting out, and especially if you're going in full time, that's kind of the mentality you have to have. But we've kind of built up, and like I said, it was getting kind of stale, like in the winter time. So I just couldn't keep doing that. Like literally, I would wake up at 8 a.m. resell for, go thrifting all day, and then come home and do all the other stuff. And I would literally work on eBay for 12 or 14 hours a day, and then wake up the next day and do it. So that's where we were. We're getting more towards balance, I think. And I think that's like important, spending time with my wife, having time for my friends, like going out, I'd stopped going out with my buddies. I mean, just having like a guy's weekend is pretty important. So trying to get more balance in my life, because I feel like that's going to be more productive for anybody that's working, to have more balance so that you can continue to do work like more productively. So I did let it totally consume me for, I would say, 6 or 7 months. Definitely, man. But we're building up. That's the thing. That's the most important thing. Like you put the work in for 6 or 7 months where you're just totally on this thing, and you're like, but you're building up, like, you're building up your store, your feedback, your inventory. So that's important to do. But once you get kind of to a point where you've built up, I think it's important to have some balance too. And I watch a lot of YouTube channels where they always just talk about how they're doing it all day, all night. And some people can go like and do that forever. Some people like me, I gotta have some balance. It's just not gonna work if I just do it all day, all night. So Candace 6, what's up? Woo! 1K, congrats. Thanks. Appreciate it. Hello. Good to see you. What else? Yeah, enjoy yard sale season. Yep, me too. We have them here year round. So Piper, before I started reselling, so my wife is a travel nurse. I was a surgical technologist where I had like a full-time job here in Cincinnati. She wanted to travel outside of Ohio, so we moved to Florida for 6 months. I took a job down there, like a travel, like search tech job. We lived in Altamonte Springs for 6 months. It was fantastic. I loved it. I wasn't reselling at the time, so like a year-round yard sales didn't mean anything to me. But we are definitely going to get back to Florida. I think in the coming years, we're going to move to Florida, I think, for this business. So because reset, like yard selling all year round would be absolutely fantastic. God, I want to do that so bad. That sounds like what I want to do. All right, let's continue on with Nicole Van's questions. Let's see. Any plans on making a shipping video? And they make a good point. So you have a lot of different items. So it's not like I don't just sell like a bunch of video games, sort of easier to pack, but I sold like a typewriters and large things like that big dryer ring that I had. So I think people would get some enjoyment out of a shipping video. But from what I understand, shipping videos can be like some of the most heavily criticized videos that you could possibly put out. I don't know that I'm quite ready for that type of criticism because we all have our own ways that we ship and stuff. And I don't know. I know that it would help some people to show a shipping video. I don't know that I'm ready for that, to be quite honest. And lastly, any plans on my wife joining me in the reselling game? Well, yes and no, I guess. She does help resell, like she does all the finance stuff. She does source from time to time. She's picked up some really nice stuff lately. So she's doing she's really carrying the team right now when it comes to sourcing. I'll be the first to admit her sourcing lately has been on point. But like her job is really good, and her our insurance is through her job. She's a travel, labor, and delivery nurse, so she makes great money. We would have to do really big sales on eBay for her to leave that job and just do full-time reselling with me. I mean, obviously that's a goal for both of us because, I would want her to be here with me as much as possible. It's going to be a while, but she does like the source. She loves the garage sale, of course. I think she's more into eBay. I think she checks my eBay more than I check my eBay. So she does enjoy the reselling, and she was kind of skeptical at first of reselling because, to be honest, in the past, I've always looked for something like eBay. Like, I'm not a kind of person who likes to go to work 9 to 5. I want to be doing my own thing. I want to be working hard and getting the money myself. So when people ask me about reselling, like what's so good about it, I always say like the part where you work hard and all of like the dividends come back to you instead of somebody else. So you're at your 9 to 5, you're busting your butt all year long. You're doing great things for your company. You come into work every day. You're just the best team player. That was pretty much, I mean, not to toot my own horn, that's me. I loved going to my job as a search tech. I loved being very helpful, working outside of what my job scope was. Just because I'm a scrub tech doesn't mean I can't help the housekeepers, doesn't mean I can't help, nurses or whatever. But you're doing all this stuff, and at the end of the year, you hope that someone saw it, and you hope you get a raise, and you hope you get recognition, and when you do, it's not really that much. But the cool thing about reselling is if you put in all that effort, all that time into reselling, you see that come back to you. Like all of a sudden, you're selling more. You've got more stuff in your store. You have a lot more like stuff here at the house to list. So that's what I like about reselling the most, I think, is the more work you put in, the more you get back from it. And that's extremely important to me. So, hey, what's up, NASCAR man? What's going on? So what else do we got? What's up, Josh? If I did a shipping video, there would be a lot of swearing involved. Yes, shipping is. Hey, Nicole Van, hello. I just finished your question, so hopefully you heard that. Dab Kitty Sparkle, hello. What's up? Congrats on your subscribers. Thank you. Appreciate that. What else? I want to have my husband work with me on eBay, but he doesn't enjoy eBay work. Well, my wife actually does enjoy it quite a bit. So. Josh, that was me, man. I'll tell you, I had an idea similar to this back when I think it was the early 2000s. eBay wasn't like a big thing then in the early 2000s, but I worked for a construction company. I was the office manager, and me and the guy who owned the company, we would sit around all day long trying to figure out like what the next get rich quick scheme or plan was for us. He didn't want to own a construction company for the rest of his life. I didn't want to be his worker for the rest of my life. So we tried to figure out ideas to come up with, like what can we do to make a bunch of money. So one of the ideas we had was actually to sell sports equipment online, kind of like eBay, but just specifically for sports equipment. I don't know why we had this idea, but it was to sell stuff online. We never did, but it was an idea. So I've always had these ideas of like quitting my job and working for myself. I've always wanted to do that. So I honestly, I don't know how lucky I got to find this job. This job is the absolute perfect job for me. It truly is. So I'm very, very happy that I stumbled upon reselling. The reason and how I did so was, so as some of you guys know, some of you guys may not know, collect video games. And I was watching YouTube videos of people who were going to yard sales, buying like video games, but they were buying other stuff. And one person in particular that I watched a lot, his name was Green Bean. He would go and he'd buy other odd things. He'd be like, oh, I'm buying this remote to sell on eBay so that I can buy more video game stuff. And I'm like, what? You can do that? So then I started like looking around, and sure enough, I started finding videos where people were selling stuff on eBay. That's how I got into eBaying. I'm like, I don't know anything about eBay. I've never sold anything online before, but I'm just going to do it. What do we got to lose? Right? Take a chance. Let's go. You know, so that's basically how I got into reselling. Like, well, let me watch some of these videos on YouTube of how to set. I literally had to watch videos of how to set up an eBay, how to get going, how to get feedback, how to list things, how to take pictures. I mean, from ground zero. That's where I started in reselling. I didn't grow up like going to yard sales with my grandparents and they were resellers. I didn't do it like, I wasn't like on the side hustle. Like when I was a teenager, I wasn't like at school, like, you know, selling packs of gum to the kids who keep, you know, buying gum. You know, you take a pack of gum to school and like everybody wants a piece. I wasn't the smart guy who was like, well, screw this. I'm just going to bring a bunch of gum and sell it to people. I wasn't that guy. You know, I would like, we weren't hustling from the beginning. I literally had no reselling experience. I'm like, you know what we're going to do today? We're going to become eBay resellers. So when you tell your wife that, you're like, listen, I have no experience in reselling, but guess what I'm going to do next? I'm going to be an eBay reseller. She's like, what? No, you're not. You need to go find a job is what you need to go find. So that's kind of how that went. But part-time pickers, love. What's up, man? Good to see you. What else do we got? Oh, let's answer some more questions from the video. So again, we're at 1,000 subscriber Q&A. If you have questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. I'll probably just ramble on and answer most of your guys' questions, so I'm sorry for that. I'm quite a bit of a rambler, but you know, if you got questions and I haven't answered already, feel free to throw them out here. We've got a few more here from the last What's Sold video. Kristen, I'm gonna butcher this name. Kristen, I'm not even gonna try. Kristen, you know who you are. Do you intend to get into buying abandoned storage units? If so, live events or online events? That's a great question. I actually do already buy storage units. I have, I think, 4 or 5 videos here on the channel of abandoned, like me buying abandoned storage units. It's, if I had to rank my my favorite ways to source, buying storage units would absolutely be at the top. I mean, garage sales would be like right under there, and then church rummage sales would be pretty close under that, but definitely buying storage units is my #1 favorite way to source, because it's just, I mean, it's just something fun about like going through someone else's stuff and finding the cool stuff and selling on eBay. There's something fun about that. So yes, I do buy storage units, and I do both live events and online events. And I'll say, for those who are getting into buying storage units, online events are cool because like you can do it all year round. So when it's cold outside, you don't have to go freeze your butt off standing at like a live auction. But the prices on online are definitely more higher, like much higher than like live events. If you go to live auctions, there's less people to compete with, and usually that means the prices of the lockers are a lot cheaper. Online, it's easy for someone to sit here at their computer with a cup of coffee in their underwear and press the bid button until, you know, a unit gets way out of price. But anyway, good question. Yes, I love buying abandoned storage units. It's my favorite. I'm hoping, so we've got the garage cleaned. I'm hoping to buy a storage unit very soon. I've been checking like for there isn't any online auctions, or I mean live auctions in my area for the next like month or so. But the online ones haven't been great either. So I'm actively looking for another unit to buy, which means another storage unit video. So good question. Next question is from my boy Shad Juice. Shad Juice is a YouTuber and someone who lives in Cincinnati. He's like the video game guy here in Cincinnati. Shout out to him. Whenever I have video game questions, I always hit him up, and he's like, yeah, man, I'll help you out. So Chad Juice, thank you, man. Appreciate all the support. His question is, how are you feeling about your decision to go full-time as of now? Are you glad you did it? Absolutely. Absolutely. So glad that I did. Like I said, it's like I honestly don't know what I was doing with my whole life before I hit this point. What's up, RVA Flips? What's up, man? Congrats, bud. Well earned. Thank you, man. Shout out to RVA Flips, a huge supporter of my channel. The very first person who's ever interviewed me, the first person to ask if they could, hey, you want to come on my channel and answer some questions? I was like, yeah, sounds good. So Justin, what's up, man? Good to see you. So anyway, Shad Juice, yeah, love the decision. Still, honestly don't know what I was doing with my life before I started reselling because it just didn't make any sense. Now a life makes sense to me. Like I have a purpose, getting up, and it's monotonous like during the winter months, but I'm really excited for garage sales. And I can definitely say like the less work you put into eBay, the less you get out of it. And that's, lately it's been kind of, like I said, the monotony's been real. So like listings, I haven't been like doing I try to do, 5 to 10 listings a day. That definitely hasn't been happening just because we're kind of getting to we got in the winter months being cooped up in the house. I need to be outside. I need to be doing stuff. I need to be hunting for treasures. I need to be going to yard sales. Storage units were nice. I enjoyed doing that. So definitely enjoy reselling. Definitely glad that I'm still doing it. So thanks, man. Appreciate the question. I hope you are a Bengals fan, NASCAR man. Yeah. Huge Bengals fan, bud. I got proof. Just so you don't believe, if you don't believe me, here you go. Oh yeah, definitely, man. Born and raised in Cincinnati, lived here my whole life, 37 years. 37 years we've born and raised here in Cincinnati. So yep, huge Bengals fan, huge Reds fan. So Nelson, stop trolling me with the Steelers, man. Don't like that. But let's see, what else do we got? What other fun questions do we have here? Oh, this one's from I'm Brad. First off, I'm Brad. What's up, man? Thank you for the question. Appreciate it. When you go to a thrift store, what section do you go for first, and what are you hoping to find? That's a great question. This is a two-part answer. So I'm a Steelers fan. I don't know. I still love you, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Kevin, what's up? Hello. So what section do I hit first when I walk into a thrift store? To be honest, depends on the thrift store. If it's a St. Vincent de Paul, for the most part, I go straight for the carts that they bring out. So I think this is probably a pretty good tip. And make sure you're allowed to do this. But at thrift stores, like if I go in and there's like the carts that they bring, like the stuff to be stocking the shelves, I'll go there first. That's the first place I go because that stuff hasn't been picked through yet, right? So in Cincinnati, it's super, super competitive. You'll see this in a video on Sunday. I went thrifting today, shot a video. I almost saw two ladies getting a fist fight over a basket. I'm not sure if it was Longaberger or not, but they were literally about to fight each other over this basket. It's super competitive here. So if I can go to a place that hasn't been picked by like 20,000 people already, that's where I want to go first. So if I walk in and I'll kind of look through the windows as I'm walking up, if I see they have carts lined up of stuff that they need to put on the shelves, I'll go there first and start looking through there. So that's where I start first. And of course, make sure that's allowed because I know Goodwills don't allow that. Like you're not allowed to shop from the carts or the racks that they're putting out. I've been busted for that before. So don't do that. But at the St. Vincent de Paul's that I go to, they actually encourage us to do it. They're like, well, that's less stuff that I have to take over to the shelf. So feel free to pick whatever you want to pick off of here. So, and usually when they bring carts in, there'll be like 2 or 3 resellers standing there like, looking through all the boxes and stuff. And of course, be respectful of the workers too. Like, make sure you're out of their way. I always, trying to stand off to the side. If I see something that's interesting, I don't stand there in front of the cart and look it up. I'll take it to the side and kind of look it up and then put it back where it was, and I'll just throw it on the cart. So be respectful of the workers. Make sure it's not against the rules to like be picking off the carts. But that's where I start first. If there aren't any carts or it's against the rules, like I'm at a Goodwill or something, I'll start in the video game section, of course. That's where I always go first. That's what I'm doing the reselling for the most part, and going to thrift stores for, is to hopefully find some awesome video games. So I'll start in the video games, and then I'll usually work my way to like electronics. So I'll go video games, electronics, toys, and then I'll go like to the hard goods, like kitchen stuff and whatnot. Glance through there, and then I'll go to clothes. And usually I can get through like a rack or two of clothes before I'm like, let's go somewhere else. But I have found some good stuff, so I can't knock the clothes. But anyway, so that's usually how the route goes for me. So the carts, video games, electronics, toys and board games, and then like hard goods and stuff, kitchen stuff, mugs, glasses, and then to the clothes last, clothes and shoes. So good, very, very good question. Thank you, man. Been a Bengals fan since 1977. You live in New England. Man, I hope you don't let people in New England know that. Do you wear like Bengals stuff in New England? I hope you do. If you do, you're a legend. I mean, you got to have some big cojones to wear Bengals stuff living in New England as much as they win and as much as the Bengals lose. I love you for that, man. What do you feel like you know much better now that you didn't know when you went full-time and started selling? Man, that's a dude. Why are you coming up with those fire questions, Justin? What do I know much better now than I did? I feel like what I know now is like how much work eBay actually is, right? So people think that it's like this glamorous thing. And you see maybe, I guess, by like videos and stuff, you see people out of the thrift stores and all they do is like cut the shot of them. Oh, look what I found this. Look, I found this. Look, I found this. There's a lot of like, you don't find anything. But what I know now that I didn't know when I first started was that eBay is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It literally is this is going to be here forever. This death pile, not necessarily the same items, but a death pile. So there'll never be a time when you can just come home and look around and go, you know, I have nothing to do on eBay today. That'll never, ever, ever happen. So yes, it's cool working for yourself. It's awesome, you know, reaping all the rewards, but it's a lot of work, So I guess that's what I didn't realize when I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start being an eBay reseller. That's what I'm going to do. I was like, it can't be that hard, right? And it's not, I wouldn't say that it's hard, but it's a lot of work. So I guess to answer your question, that's what it is. So can I use my wrench to boot out these Steeler fans? Poor junk trader. We still love you around here, though. What's your best video game flip? Man, great question. Let's see. Well, I bought at a thrift store, I bought a Game Boy player for the Nintendo GameCube. That was in a video a while ago from like a thrift store find that I got. I bought it for $10 and I sold it for $200. It was a brand new still in the package Game Boy player for the GameCube. It was an awesome pick. I couldn't believe that I actually found that. So that was a good one. What's up, Pick and Roll? Hello. I think the second best thing that I got was just like in terms of like just of a video game. I've sold consoles and stuff. I sold an Atari Jaguar for $200. I sold a Xbox 360, like the R2D2 edition, for 160 or 170. But in terms of just like a video game itself, there was what's that game called? Path of Radiance, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance for Nintendo GameCube. I bought that for $250 at a thrift store and sold it for like 115 or 120. So anyway, yeah, those are a couple of good flips. And then, you know, just a bunch of other like really nice stuff, you know, $50, $60 video game stuff. You need to do a video of your collection. That's a great, hey, Honda Hangouts, man, that's coming at some point. So the plan for this year for reselling is, so right now I'm operating out of this room, which is my spare bedroom, and the room on the other side of this wall is another spare bedroom. It's not enough space anymore. Do you flip PC games? Yeah. Honestly, Nicole, I'll flip anything that can make money. I'll sell breast pumps. I'll sell used socks. There's, you know, if all of a sudden you could make and you probably could make a ton of money off like, you know, bras and underwear or something. I'm not above selling anything. So yeah, I'll definitely sell PC games. There are some PC games that have value. Sure. I've sold a couple just like $18 to $20 games, nothing major. But yeah, I'm not above selling anything. You know, I'll walk around thrift stores carrying like a breast pump, and people will look at me like, "What's wrong with this guy?" Like they kind of they grab their children, like, "Get away from this guy! He's weird. He's walking around the store with a breast pump." Thanks, Pick and Roll, appreciate it. So you need to do so. Back to Honda's thing, you need to do a video on your collection. So the plan for me this year is I'm moving out of these two rooms and I'm taking over. I have a fully finished basement. So I'm going to take over the basement, make that my whole eBay Central. I'm gonna have like one half of the basement's gonna be all like where my inventory is. Other half, I'm gonna have my desk. I'm gonna have a nice photo area. I'm gonna have like a nice shipping area. The thing that in 2019 I want to do for my business is put more like into my business. I still run with like the inkjet printer. I mean, I could easily get like a Rollo or something. I want to put more like into like this is where I take all my photos right here. This is where I ship. This is where I take all my photos. I mean, there's no reason that I can't have an area for shipping, an area for photos. And that kind of like structure helps me, I think, more. When my death pile spills over into my shipping area, my picture taking area, it's hard for me to like get motivated to like clean that stuff up so that I can do that thing. So I'm going to be sending all my eBay stuff downstairs, and all my video game stuff is downstairs right now. It's going to come up here. So one of these rooms is going to become like my video game room. I'm going to have like a TV and have shelves and have my collection. Right now, unfortunately, my collection is just kind of like in bins and stuff, so it's not really like displayed like I would want. So that's going to happen. And when it does, I'm going to have a video of like me moving all this stuff downstairs, kind of like before, like the downstairs before and the downstairs after the eBay transformation. And the same with these upstairs room. Show what it was before, show what it is after type of thing. So what's your favorite toy to sell and find? Laser beasts. Absolutely. Honestly, anything from the 80s, I think. Anything from the 80s. Michael Simon, yeah. You sound like me. If I can make a profit, I'll sell it. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, my favorite toy to sell and find, anything from the 80s. My favorite like toy to like thing to find is like old board games, honestly. Of course, video games, but like old board games, like old 90s, 80s, 90s, like role-playing board games. Hero Quest. I found another one. It's called Key to the Kingdom. Old board games and stuff are cool. I like that a lot. So I go to toys and hope to find cool plushes. Yeah. I've been selling some plush from time to time. I've been known to sell some plush. Sold like a big plush ET recently for, what did that thing go for? 60 or 70, 80, something like that. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, I like selling plush. It's fun. So, all right. So let's see. Do we have any more questions from the video? I don't think we do. I think I answered all the questions from the video. Yep. So again, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to throw them in the chat at any time, and I'll do my best. I've seen the breast pump. Yeah, definitely. So Q&A. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. Secondly, what are my plans for reselling? I think my plans for this year for 2019 is grow my inventory for sure. I love ET. Yeah, I went to a baseball like sale, like where they were doing a rummage sale for a baseball team, and they had a whole table full of ET stuff. Some guy brought his whole 80s ET collection. I bought all of it. Glasses, a record, the big plush, a mug. I mean, there was just ET stuff everywhere. I bought it all. So, do you do auctions? What do you mean? Do I do like auctions on eBay or like storage auctions? What do you mean by that? So what are my plans for reselling in 2019? Swap my spaces around and put a little bit more money into my business. I haven't really like splurged. You know what I mean? I feel like as a reseller, especially if you're doing it full time, splurge a little bit on your business. You know, it'll make things easier for you. You know, get a nice tape gun, get a Dymo or a Rollo. I mean, get a nice photo taking area, do that kind of stuff. That's what I want to do. What's up, Tommy? What's going on? You test breast pumps in store. Yeah. I just walk around with the pads going, anybody want to help? Anybody want to help? No, dude. Wow. Tommy coming in with the fire remarks. Dude, I like that, man. Don't splurge. Bought a GoPro Hero 7 Black. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have like, you know, my wife bought me this little GoPro. I was using, you should have seen the one I was using before. It was literally, I got it for $1 at an online auction. It was like some flip, I think it's something called Flip or something. It was just some generic GoPro wannabe. And my wife's like, oh, you know, for Christmas, I'll get you a nice GoPro. So I think that's the thing that about me is I'm kind of frugal, to be honest, like when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't like to splurge or anything. And that's why you see most of my flips are like, I paid $1 for this. I paid $2 for this. I paid $3 for this. Today I went to the thrift stores. I paid $35 for something. You'll see that in the video on Sunday. I don't know. I'm like, am I out of my mind paying 30? I went to the thrift store and spent $35 on one item. Maybe I'm crazy, but so yeah, splurging I think is when you're grinding it for 9 months and you're putting all this time into your business, the least you can do is like make it easier for yourself. If it's easier for you, you're more likely to actually do the work, right? So that's what some of the plans for reselling. Increase my inventory. I'm super excited again for like the 10th time in this video. I'm going to say this. Garage sales are coming up. I'm very, very excited about this to grow my inventory. That's the most important thing. I'm ready to like go out to the garage sales and come home with a carload of stuff. You can't do that at the thrift stores. You just can't. It's so hard to grow to increase inventory. I think with as picky as I am, I'm a very picky reseller, I would say. Like if things aren't perfect, I tend to pass a lot of stuff up at the thrift stores, to be honest, because if they're like, if I have to do a lot of work, like do a lot of cleaning, if they're not like perfect condition or really good condition, I start to think, okay, if I list this and I put all this stuff and someone buys it and they're like, well, it's more ripped than you said, or it's more stained up than you said, or scratched up or whatever. I just don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. So I'm a very picky picker. So when you go to the thrift stores, it's hard to like grow your inventory. So 2019, I want to improve my working space, grow my inventory, and just, get better at reselling, learn more categories, perfect. I feel like that some of the, like a lot of the YouTubers that you guys watch and that I watch, we all watch the same YouTubers. They all have like their like expertise field, right? Like Justin, for instance, his expertise is clothes. It's not exactly what he likes to do, but it's what he's good at. I don't really feel like I have one area where I'm really knowledgeable. Like I love video games, but I'm not super knowledgeable in video games. Shad Juice, who I mentioned earlier, is much more knowledgeable than I am. So I feel like this year I want to have a category. I want to learn a category that I'm super, super like get really knowledgeable in that category. And I think that category might be board games, to be honest. That might be the category that I just really research. I know a lot about board games and I don't really talk about it much. I actually thought about making a board game video because I do have some knowledge there. But I just want to get knowledge, like more knowledge across all categories, get better at reselling. I feel like the minute you think that like, oh, I'm just, that you're not striving for more knowledge and like to get better, that's when things are going to start dropping off. So Piper, yeah, I absolutely strive by that. Always undersell and over deliver. Yep, absolutely. My wife sometimes will like list stuff for me, like make listings, and I have a lister. My sister comes over. She was coming over like before Christmas when I was like really busy. She would come over once a week and do listings for me. I always say, don't use the word great, fantastic, excellent. Even if they are in those conditions, I always just put good. Every video game that I sell, even if it's in immaculate shape, the disc has not a mark on it, I will absolutely put that it's in good condition, right? Just straight good condition. And that like, and I'll put like, I'll even put this disc may have scratches, or this disc does have scratches. So when they get it, they look at it and go, oh, he said this was in good condition. Man, there's not a scratch on this thing. Because if you put like, oh, this is in great condition, someone's great condition could be much different than your great condition. You know what I mean? That could go with anything. So I don't use the word great like in any listings. Excellent, nope, none of that stuff. I use the word good, and that's it. What's up, Garage Flips? I feel the same. Not an expert on anything. Don't really want to be either. I wander around clueless a lot of the time. Yeah, I mean that's a thing, man. As I watch a lot of channels, and I just feel like, man, these guys are really good resellers. Like they know a lot. And I don't really like know that much. You know what I mean? I have knowledge and like I can go into a thrift store and I if I see, something like a piece of clothing, I know for the most part, like the big name brands. And I think that's important, like to get that base as a reseller, especially if you're new, get like a base knowledge in all categories and then try to expand from there, learn other brands or things that may like nuances to items that may make it worth more. So what's up, Thrift Mind? What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you today. Thanks for stopping in. So that's for 2019. That's the plans. Grow the business, get better in categories. optimize my space. It's not very optimized right now. So what's up? So next up, what's on the list here? Again, if you guys have questions, feel free to throw them in chat. But plans for YouTube. Plans for YouTube. That's a good thing. Again, I never thought that I would get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Honestly, I've made these videos, especially the early ones, for like my mom and dad. My mom and dad love going to like garage sales, and my mom will message me nearly daily and say, "Yo, did you find anything cool today?" So they love. I'll go to my parents' house. I'll sit over for like 10 hours and we'll just talk about stuff. They've always been people who like collect things. So I'm a big collector. So I collect video games. That's not all I collect. I collect like any kind of 80s toys. I like if it's something I had during my childhood, I'll collect all that stuff. And I absolutely get like this collection thing, hoarders type mentality. What my wife calls it, hoarding. From my parents, they collect all kinds of stuff. So I made these videos to like for them to like check them out and see the kind of stuff that I find and what I've been selling on eBay and things. So the fact that people watch these videos other than my family and my friends, it blows my mind. And when people leave messages like, "Oh, you really helped me out a lot, and I really enjoy your videos," every time I read one of those comments, I'm like, "Really? That's pretty awesome, dude." But so for YouTube, the plan is to get more consistent. Right now, as you guys know, I pretty much just put out like a what sold video. And then from time to time, I'll put out a storage unit video or a thrifting video. But I want to be more consistent. I don't think every day, but like 2 or 3 videos a week, I don't think is out of the question. Especially now that garage sale season's coming up. I can do my what sold video on Tuesdays. That was kind of the plan from moving the what sold video from Monday to Tuesday, was to put out a what sold video on Tuesday, and then like a kind of a filler video like on Thursday or Friday, like a storage unit video, or like if I go to like a rummage sale or estate sale or something, that kind of video, thrifting video, and then on Sunday to put out a yard sale video. So that's kind of the thought process, and the goal for YouTube for me is to get more consistent. And if you're somebody who is looking to do YouTube, I think consistency is extremely important if you want to grow. Now, if you just want to do it for fun, like I initially I do YouTube for fun. I don't do YouTube for like monetary gains or anything. But if you just want to do it for fun, put out a video whenever the heck you feel like putting out a video. You know what I mean? And whatever happens, happens. So that's kind of for YouTube. I want to get more consistent, put out more videos, make it like more. I think reselling in general is more fun when you get to share it with people, right? When you get to see other people's reactions to the stuff that you find, I think that makes it more enjoyable. So YouTube does bring joy to the reselling. It helps me. It helps me when it comes to like, getting up in the morning and going out to the thrift stores and stuff. If I'm shooting a video that day, even though a lot of my thrifting videos, I don't find anything, which is kind of something I think about when I'm out there. Like I've been to 4 thrift stores today. I'm shooting a video. I haven't found anything. I was here yesterday at these 4 stores and I bought a bunch of stuff. It does help me get motivated to go out and look. So YouTube, yeah, put out more videos, be more consistent. Just do different things on YouTube. I want to be, as you guys know, you guys are watching the journey from zero, from a person who's literally started from zero. And I started my YouTube channel shortly after I started doing reselling, maybe a month after. So you guys are literally seeing someone grow from zero knowledge to wherever we may end up. But I want to show like the full scope of everything, right? You'll see a lot of, YouTubers who put out storage unit videos. Well, they'll go into the storage unit, they'll find all this cool stuff. Oh, this is worth so much. This is worth so much, but you never actually get to see it sold. So that's kind of why I like to do storage unit videos and then like show what sold videos and stuff. I still think like a what sold video is my favorite type of video. To see the whole journey of the item, not necessarily just my journey, but the journey of an item. If you see me pick something up in a storage unit or like at the thrift, you're like, man, I wonder if he ever sold that thing for as much as he thought, which you'll see on Sunday when I put this video. I'm super excited for this video. It's not like super exciting video, but this one item that I got, I'm excited for you guys to see the journey of this item, because you'll be able to see he was thinking he was going to get this. He bought it for this. Did he ever actually sell it for that? And I think that's the question I always end up having when I watch other channels is, did it ever actually sell? What did he end up getting for it? And I think I want my YouTube channel to kind of tell the whole story the best I can, of course. So, but let's see what else do we got in the chat. I don't collect anything except for stuff to sell. I wish I could say the same. I love to collect board games, toys, collect, collectible. I don't really collect like sports memorabilia. I'll say that. I don't really sell sports, like collect sports memorabilia. Video games, of course. I collect a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. I'm like, I think I might put that on a shelf somewhere. Who knows? So that's good. I know a little about glass, just not enough to be dangerous. Yeah, I know a little bit. Like I'm learning from KP Trainum about glass. I didn't know salt shakers had value until I started watching, like, he's like, oh, I picked up these salt shakers. Why? He's like, oh, they sell for this much. He starts going through the solds. I'm like, oh my God, salt shakers sell for that much? So, and I'll tell you who has a lot of knowledge in glass that have been helping my parents. They collect like pottery and stuff, Rookwood and all. I don't know. They always name all these brands and stuff that I probably should start paying attention to. But my parents are very knowledgeable in glass. So anyway, what else? Yep. You do keep it up. Looking forward to the future of your channel. Thanks, Thrift Mine. I am looking forward to the future of your channel too. Appreciate it, man. Let's see. Growing channel is not easy. No, it's not. I think growing a YouTube channel, don't make it more stressful or like hard. Just like I said, just put out a video. Whatever happens, happens. That's kind of the knowledge. That's kind of the mentality I have. Like if I put out a video and 5 people watch it, I would honestly be happy that 5 people watched it. Maybe someone comments and said, hey man, great video. I'm cool with that. If 10,000 people watch it or 5 people watch it, I'm happy either way. So I think if you have that kind of mindset of, I'm just going to do a YouTube channel, you're not thinking like, well, I got to get out X amount of videos every day. I got to get so many views. I got to grow my channel by X amount of subscribers to make this kind of money. I think when you start getting into that, YouTube becomes more like a job and less like just a fun hobby or something that you were just doing for fun. So, but what else? YouTube can really help with accountability too. Yeah. Yeah. And definitely garage flips for sure. I mean, I think when I do like what sold videos and I don't have very many sales, I think about, I do more like self-reflection back on the week. Like, well, what did I do this week? Did I list as much as I possibly could? No. Did I source as much as I could? No. Did I sleep in more than I probably should? Yes. So definitely helps out with the accountability for sure. Hard to make a video about being lazy and taking the day off. Yep. Absolutely. Showing what sold is important for sure. Yep. I think so. That's how I got into like what, when I wanted to know what sells on eBay, what did I do? I just typed in what kind of stuff sells on eBay. And all of a sudden there was like 10,000 what sold videos. I'm like, well, I guess we'll start at number 1. And I watched a lot of them. So that's how I kind of got the idea of, or started from, okay, well, what kind of stuff can we be finding out there to sell on eBay? Well, I saw so-and-so sell this on eBay, so it must have some value. At least that gets you thinking in the right direction of maybe I should look it up because I saw Matt sell that on eBay. So, but what's next? I like to collect the cash from things I sell. Yep, I do too. I like to collect cash as well. It's probably my second favorite thing to collect behind video games, of course. But YouTube keeps you accountable, Justin. Yep, it's got to, man. As many videos as you and Garage Flips put out, yeah, I would say so. So. Yeah, I need to get it. Like my wife has been like, yeah, maybe you should get like a momentum board like Justin and Lonnie do. I'm like, yeah, maybe. Maybe. I feel like to get a momentum board, you're saying that I've been subpar at whatever you're trying to gain momentum in, right? It may not just be reselling, it may be something else. But to get, when you resort to the momentum board, I think that's the point. You're like, you know what? I have been slacking a bit. I better get something that's going to stare me in the face every day to tell me that I've been slacking a bit. So, and my wife's like, maybe you should get a momentum board. I'm like, ooh, I better get on some listings. Because like I said, she'll check my eBay more than I check my eBay. So when I don't list, she'll call me up like, hey, what have you been doing all day? I haven't seen anything new listed on your store today. What's going on? So, but, it's definitely the momentum board may be coming soon, especially to when I move the stuff to the basement. When I get my new workspace, I think a momentum board will probably end up down there. So anyway, so that's the plans for the YouTube. Oh, the big announcement for YouTube is, so like I said, when I started my YouTube, Honestly, I only thought my family and friends were going to watch. So I named my YouTube the same thing I named my eBay store, not thinking anything about it, not thinking that MAT Retail is not a great name for a YouTube channel, because honestly, I wasn't thinking in that direction. Like, my mom's not going to care that my YouTube name is MAT Retail, right? So I'll be the first to admit it's not a great YouTube name, YouTube channel name. I think it's a fine name for an eBay store, not a great YouTube channel name. So we are changing the name. You heard it here first. We are changing the name of the YouTube channel, and it's going to be really similar to this one, but it's going to be MAT Resells instead of MAT Retail. So, I mean, it makes more sense. MAT, if you don't know, is my initials. My first name is Matt, but my initials are MAT. I'm terrible at naming things, so I don't have any kids, and that's probably one of the reasons why, because my kid's name would probably end up MAT Retail or something goofy. But so yeah, my YouTube name is going to be changed to MAT Resells. So, and I wanted to do that before we got any bigger, you know what I mean? And it's still very similar to what it is now. So people, it's not becoming, whatever, something completely different from MAT. So it's still going to have that part. It's going to be really similar to retail. It's going to be resells. But so that's one of the things that's going to be happening here on the channel. Probably after this is over. I have a friend of mine who does all like the channel graphics and stuff for me. So shout out to Adam. Thank you, man. He does all that stuff for free. I just hit him up and say, hey, man, I need some help with some YouTube graphics. And he always hooks me up. So he's got all the graphics made for all all the changes and stuff. So that'll be happening at some point tonight, probably, or tomorrow. But I don't know if I have to like put in a name change and I have to wait for a certain amount of time or whatever. I have no idea. But anyway, reselling virtual assistant. So, for RVA flips, resell virtual assistant. And that's the thing, is everyone's flips, flipper, picker, junker, hunter. So it's hard. It's hard to come up with a name on YouTube because everyone's already got all the good names. All the good names are gone. So name change is pretty much instant. Okay, cool. Thank you, man. So yeah, we'll do it maybe an hour or something. Awesome. Honestly, I didn't even know, so we hit 1,000 subscribers. I didn't even know how to monetize anything. Justin was like, oh, congrats on 1,000. Have you put in your application for monetization? I'm like, what? What's that? So, oh, what's up, Rhino? What's going on, man? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. He's live. It's one of my buddies there. What's up, Rhino? I had no idea. So I did put in my application for monetization. I don't know what that means for this channel. Hopefully it's not. I got a bad feeling that the first video that after I get monetized, it's going to be like, hey guys, what's up? Ad. MAT, Matt here. We're back with another ad. You know what I mean? I'm going to mess something up, right? So where it's just going to be like every 4 or 5 words is going to be an ad pop up, and it's going to get 1,000 thumbs down. That's what I'm feeling like is going to happen with the first video after I get approved for monetization. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, I got you, bro. I'm going to be hitting you up, man. You're going to have to help me out for sure with how to make sure. That's why I messaged you. I'm like, did you check mark all this stuff for all these ads? And you're like, yeah, man. Yeah, I got all that stuff, dude. So anyway, so that's going to be coming. The name change is going to be coming. But you pick where the ads go. So I feel bad. Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah, reach out to Justin on the ad thing for sure. Definitely. I pick where the ads go. Man, really? It's that hard? I wanted to just be like they show an ad at the beginning or the end or something, and that's it. Really? If anyone knows ads, it's Justin. And then I was just thinking, man, Justin, he does a lot of self-promoting on his videos that I watch. Well, on the live hangouts anyway. So Justin will have me going. I bet Justin will be like, he'll be like, yeah, I'll hook you up with, I'll get you straightened out on the ads. And I'll have an ad every minute playing. Like, dude, now you're good to go. That dude will monetize a private conversation. Yep. So anyway, but how long we been live for? It seems like for a while, or not that long, but I know we've been live for a while. But anyway, I think that's it, man. That's all the talking points that I had. It's everything I wanted to write. I wanted to get out. The name change, the most important thing, and what my plans are and stuff. So if you guys got more questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. Oh, I've been live for an hour. Really? Oh, I have been live for an hour. Wow, that went quick. What's up, Angelus? Hey, that's my graphics guy right there. Angelus, what's up, man? Yeah, yo, hey, I don't want to say time. I don't want to say time. I'll say sheck, because Justin's probably got that like trademarked or something. So every time I say time, the C word, he'll be like, "Oh, hey, man, I just wanted to let you know, you said time sheck 5 times in your video today, so I mean, I got that trademarked. Oh, I can use it. Thank you, man. Time check. We've been live for 1 hour. Thank you, bud. Appreciate that, man. But yeah, so other than that, I mean, you know, the C work, yeah, I got time C, yeah. So other than that, I mean, thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. And I'll say it for the 1,000th time. I cannot believe we had 1,000 subscribers. I don't know what's next. I guess 5,000, 10,000, who knows? But wherever this crazy YouTube journey goes, hopefully you guys will hang out with me, and you know, we'll learn some stuff. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the videos. It seems like you guys are. So, and they're not, you know, it's YouTube's easy enough for me to do. I mean, eBay takes up so much of my time. If YouTube was harder than it was, then it wouldn't be something I can do. But putting out a video is pretty easy. I gotta get on the editing though. My editing skills are zero. I don't have editing software to clip a video. So when I do a video and there's like a bunch of clips, that's hard enough for me. I don't have the KP Trainum editing skills. I need to get, you know, I don't really say that people should go to watch enroll in like reselling courses, but if KP Trainum put out an editing video course, I'd probably be the first person in line. Like, yeah, hook me up. I need one of those. Let me get in on the editing course, because editing is not my thing. He made his cat look like Godzilla the other day in one of his videos. I'm like, what the heck? It was awesome. So yeah, congrats. The first K is the hearts. Really? I felt like, man, I think I just got lucky. Honestly, I think I just got really lucky with those storage unit videos. I have one that's like got 35,000. I've got one that's got 10,000 views. So I just think I got really, really lucky. You know, I just honestly, not skill, not that I'm super exciting. And I think the hardest thing about YouTube is putting out something different than anybody else. You know what I mean? There's so many like reseller like YouTubers. It's hard to do different stuff. And it's kind of hard to find like your place in the YouTube reselling community, you know? So, you know, it's just, you know, it's hard. It's hard to not do. I love doing what's sold videos, but there like a lot of people do. And I think some people are moving away from the what's sold videos, which is cool. But I enjoy. It's probably probably my favorite video to do. It's just fun. I don't know, but yeah, it's hard to put out different videos than everybody else and show a different perspective from reselling. So I'm trying to do that, you know, where you kind of get the whole journey of myself and the item. So I think that's where it makes it different. Like different is you're going to see on the videos where I've messed up. You're going to see my mistakes as being someone who's new in reselling and new to YouTube. So I think people will get some enjoyment out of that. And that's when I first came up with the idea of doing YouTube, and I was talking to my wife about it. I think that was the main thing. Was I think people will get a little bit of enjoyment out of seeing somebody from zero go to wherever he may end up, you know? So anyway, when you show yourself being real, it's relatable. People are drawn to it. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Yeah. If the person is, you know, I don't want you guys to ever think that like, it's easy to go to the thrift store. And I thought about maybe doing a video where I just go to the thrift stores like all week, and then I only show like, you know, I just do clip after clip of, oh, I went in here and I got all this stuff. Oh, I went in here and I got all this stuff. But that's not the real how it really works. You know what I mean? So when I do like a thrifting video, you know, there's a lot of times when I go in and come out with nothing, but I want to show that. I want to show that not every video, yeah, Zero to Hero Picker. That's my new, is that the new YouTube name? Zero to Hero Picker. Yeah. But yeah, I just want to show like the whole journey is not always, it's not always buying an item for $1 and selling it for, you know, 1,000. There's a lot of times, there's a lot of this. There's a lot of buying an item for $1 and selling it for $10. There's a lot of that. And that's just the truth of reselling is there's not a lot of, you know, oh, I went to the thrift store today and I found this magical golden remote worth $1,000. I can't believe it. it was buried under a breast pump. I just moved that breast pump aside and I found this golden remote worth $1,000. It's just not the real truth, you know, just not the real truth. The real truth is I went to 6 thrift stores today and I bought something at 2. So bought something at 2. So 4 times out of 6, I went in for half an hour or whatever and walked out with nothing. So that's that's just the way it is, you know. So never more antiques. Hello, congrats on 1K. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you, I appreciate that. Luck equals learning under correct knowledge. Yep. So it's not just the content; it's the personality of the person on the screen. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I think what reselling and YouTube has done for me is this may seem, I don't know, hard to believe, but I'm kind of a shy person, to be honest. Like, when I first started going to garage sales, I would get super nervous and it would take me a while to get out of the car because I don't really like confrontation. I don't like people looking at me as I sit in front of this camera in front of 20 people. I don't like, you know, I don't like people looking at me. So when I like walk up to people's houses, I was kind of like, you know, like, and I felt like every time I picked something up, they'd be like over my shoulder, like, $1, it's yours, $1, it's yours. And that's kind of what reselling has done for me. Is when I first started garage selling, you know, like I would never haggle, bargain. If this remote said $20 and I wanted it, I was getting a $20 bill out. I was giving them $20 for this remote. Now I'm like, yeah, I'll give you $1 for that remote. All right, cool. So I think reselling has really helped, like, self-esteem wise, you know what I mean? Just being able to talk to people, BS, you know, and it, you know, obviously it pays dividends to like do that kind of stuff. What's up, Cindy? Hello. Hey, yo. Hello. So yeah, reselling's done that. YouTube's done that, just to be able to like talk and, you know, be comfortable with yourself and, you know, that kind of stuff. Reselling's helped me a lot with that. So it's been very, very good for, you know, social anxieties and stuff. I still have my times, like I don't really like crowds and stuff. So when I go to a thrift store and there's like 1,000 cars in the parking lot, I'm like, I'm gonna go in, but I'll probably won't stay long. So, but you know, I still have those times where like, I don't really like a bunch of people around me, and I mean, I'm kind of a bigger guy, so I don't, so I don't really fit in small spaces well. So when there's like 10 resellers looking at the electronics, and you have like one little space for you to like kind of nudge in there and look at, you know, a box of cords, I'd usually just walk right past, but. You know, definitely getting better at like just dealing with social anxieties and stuff. So, put ads out on the buy and sell trades. We get a lot of people looking to sell you stuff. It's something I wanted to do too. Nevermore is I see a lot of people do that for video games, like, oh, I'm buying vintage video games. You know, hit me up if you have them. I think I want to do that with just anything. You know what I mean? Like not just narrowed into video games, but like you got stuff you're gonna throw away. Let me see it first. You know. Just think about how much stuff people donate or just throw out on the trash, on the curb, and that's like good stuff that you can sell. And stuff's getting thrown away every day. So if people, you know, if I could put out ads or something on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, that kind of stuff, where it just says, if you're you know, if you got a bunch of stuff to throw away before you do, let me come and check that stuff out. I feel like even if I get one person to like, hey, you know, if I score one time out on that, I think it's worth it. So. Get panic attacks, yeah. That troll my channel for zero reason, yeah. I think RV, I talked a bit about this earlier with that video that has 35,000 views on it for the storage unit videos. That's kind of the was kind of in the same boat, man. Most of the comments on there were very, very positive, you know, but there were a few that were people like literally comments like, "Man, you're really boring," and I like now I laugh about it, but at the time I'm reading it like. Damn. Savage going all in on that comment. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this was 35 minutes of just boring. Damn. Okay. You know, so, but now it's like, you know, what can you do? You know what I mean? People like that, Justin, are just, you know, they're just sad in their own lives, man. And I'm not going to let the sadness in their life and the despair in their life, like, penetrate into my life, man. It's just not going to happen, dude. So now when people like, you know, if someone left a comment like, dude, you're really boring. I write, you're literally telling me something my wife tells me every day. You know, yeah, my wife says that all the time, dude. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. You know what I mean? Just like, you know, okay, that's cool. You know, And it just is. And I'll tell you, and my buddy OMG, it's Nelson, I don't know if he's still here or not, but he asked the question earlier about did Twitch streaming help me in my YouTube? So for some of you guys that don't know, I don't think most of you guys know this, but I used to live stream all the time. So live streams are, you know, kind of a little bit more comfortable than like a video format. But I used to live stream on twitch.tv for years, for like 2 or 3 years. I played video games on Twitch and people would come in, but it's you know, so it's live. So the comments are, you know, you can have trolls come on there. So I think dealing with trolls like in live streams on Twitch has really helped me. Oh, you're still awake. What's up, man? I think streaming on Twitch has really helped me with YouTube, just kind of dealing with, you know, those kind of the trolls. Most of my videos, I mean, are just you guys, you know, watching, you know what I mean? So I'm not to a level where you're big enough to where, you know, you're just getting a bunch of new people and maybe your style of video isn't for them. And instead of just saying, this guy's not really for me and moving on, they like make sure in the comments that let you know, buddy, your videos are terrible. You know what I mean? So I'm not to that point yet. But when you have a video go, you know, obviously get a lot more views than you're used to, those kind of people are going to come out of the woodworks. And at first, like when I first would get a comment like that, I'm like, oh man, that was kind of harsh. Now I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Usually I come back with some snarky remark about, yeah, you're probably right about that, you know. So, you know, it's not too bad. You know, what can you do? So I had a lady get mad the other night because I tossed a framed cat photo. yeah, in my storage unit video. Yeah, I had a lot of people who were like upset because in that video, there's a lot of things in that video that I say I'm going to throw away, and I don't physically take the item and throw it into the trash can right in front, like on the video. But like when you're first opening a box, so in that video, if you guys haven't seen it, this unit was full of like books, crafting supplies, canning supplies, Christmas ornaments and decorations, things that are not in my wheelhouse. If it was a storage unit full of video games and board games and vintage toys, I would know a lot about that stuff, right? But when it comes to like books and decorations and Christmas decor and canning supplies and crafting supplies, you know, when you're making a video and you're like opening it for the first time and you just see like a bunch of old Christmas ornaments, like, you look at it, you go, that's probably trash. You know what I mean? And I don't throw it in the trash. I just set it off to the side. I guess I didn't make it clear that obviously I'm going to look this stuff up more and do more research. But some people just, that say you're going to throw something in the trash and not donate it or sell it like at your own yard sale or a flea market or something. That's a big thing. You know, it's, you know, I guess if someone's new to my channel and they don't know my situation, like I can't hoard a bunch of stuff in my garage to like have a yard sale 3 months from now, you know what I mean? Or take to the flea market. I just don't have the space. I wish I did. I wish I had a warehouse where I could just pile that stuff up and have like a warehouse sale. That'd be perfect. But I just don't. I stopped caring what other people think a long time ago. Yeah. The only person you need to make happy is me. Yep. That's absolutely true. Yep. So I think that video helped me. I think it was at first I thought maybe it was like a curse. Like, oh man, I can't believe all these people are out here watching this video. But then I think it's kind of preparing me maybe. So let me recycle this. Yes. Yeah. I'm going to start saying recycle. That's a good one. Yeah. So I'm not throwing this away. I'm just going to recycle it. So, and a lot of that stuff, like a lot of stuff that were in that video that I was like, I don't know, it just looks like trash to me. Obviously I went back and did the research and found out, man, this stuff is really actually nice and valuable. And I sold it on eBay. And then the other thing people don't understand is like, you know, maybe these Christmas ornaments have value, but for me to ship a Christmas ornament, I would honestly probably have like a heart attack. You know what I mean? Just the thought of my Christmas ornament. So I have this expensive Christmas ornament. I've packed it as well as I possibly can. I'm giving it to however many other people touch this package, 10, 20, whatever it may be. And I'm hoping that they're not having a bad day and that my Christmas ornament that's very expensive makes it to somebody across the country in California in one piece. And I think that's what people don't understand is like, something may have value, but it may not have value in the markets that I'm selling in. It may not be something I can sell on eBay. It may not be something I can sell locally. It may have value, but it's not something that I can sell on eBay or locally. So a lot of things, like I said, oh, this is just probably just trash. I'm like, well, yeah, those are vintage Christmas ornaments, man. You know, so it was just crazy. I literally, I could talk all day about that video. So I talk stuff all the time. I'm not going to donate crap back, and I'm not having yard sales. I'm kind of both. I don't think I'll ever have. I don't want to say I'll never have a yard sale, but it would be hard because I feel like if I have a yard sale, it would be my wife having a yard sale, because if I'm here at my house selling stuff, see, even say I have a yard sale and I make $200-300, but how much could I have found out at the yard sale actually yard selling? I could have found a lot more money than $200 or $300 buying stuff from other people, right? So to take even a day in the yard sale season to have a yard sale and stay here, I don't know. I don't know that it would be worth it. You know, so it would be my wife having the yard sale, and I don't think she's going to go for that. So I don't know if I'll ever say I'll never have one, but it would be hard. But I do. I throw a lot of stuff away, and I donate a lot of stuff too. I mean, I will say I do. I donate. You know, when I clean out storage units and I just get bins of clothes, and it's not anything I could sell and doesn't have any value, I'll donate that stuff. Sure. I go through the bin, and if I go, well, it's a bunch of kids' clothes, not really anything I can do. And I have, my sister has like small children. I think, well, one's 2, one's 4, and one's 6. I'll ask her, hey, do you want this stuff? And if she doesn't want it, then I'll just donate it. So, Land Shark Picker, what's up? Hey, Craig, how you doing? This fall, I will do a video of me going to Gillette Stadium, Patriot Place, with all my Bengals stuff on. Yes, me and Chad Juice will love it. Yes, I will absolutely watch that NASCAR, man. I would love you for that, dude. That would be awesome. So good. So good. I cannot believe live in New England and you support the Bengals, dude. That's awesome. So, but anyway, what else? Anybody else got any other questions for me? I honestly, it's been an hour and 20 minutes. I could sit here and bullshit with you guys forever about reselling. I love talking about reselling. I don't know. It's just exciting. I'm in that exciting period of reselling, you know. You know, when you're new at a job and you're like, oh, this new guy won't shut up about how much he loves his job. That's me. It's me right now. I'm that guy, you know. So I usually go out and, like I said, I'll talk to my parents forever about reselling. My wife's absolutely tired of hearing about reselling, even though she spends more time on my eBay than I do. She's, you know, where am I from? I'm from Cincinnati, man. Cincinnati, Ohio. So if you have any more clothing questions, hit me up, dude. Yeah, I will, man. Thank you, dude. I will. I've gotten a little better at the clothing game, man. So maybe less questions coming your way, but as always, dude, I will hit you up when I find some unique stuff. And I need your help with it. Congrats on the 1K subs. Thanks. How was your watch time? It was good enough to get monetized. If I had that one video, Craig, the one group video that has 35,000 views, I think that one video was really what made it so I could get monetized, because I had enough watch time. So, but yeah, I'm from Cincinnati. Cincinnati is there's a lot of resellers in Cincinnati. Like I said earlier, it's extremely cutthroat here, I feel like. So, and the reason I feel like that is because a couple of weekends ago, I went up to Columbus, which is just like 2 hours north of Cincinnati. And I went to a church rummage sale in Columbus, and at 8:55, it opened at 9 o'clock, and I was there with my buddy. I'm like, oh, let's go to his church rummage sale. At 8:55, nobody was lined up at this church rummage sale. In Cincinnati, the rummage sale that I went to before I went up to Columbus, I got there at 8:30, and I was like, I would say number 30 or 35 in line. There was like 30 people ahead of me in line. And by the time the doors opened at 9, there was 100 people in line for this church rummage sale. So that's the difference. Cincinnati is extremely, extremely saturated with resellers. When I go to the thrift stores in Cincinnati, you could just resellers everywhere. It's difficult. It's real difficult, you know. But in Columbus, I feel like just 2 hours north, I went up there, church rummage sale. I mean, just no really resellers to see. Went to a bunch of thrift stores, got a bunch of really nice stuff. I went to an outdoor flea market. I got to the outdoor flea market like an hour and a half or 2 hours after it opened. I got an Xbox 360 for $1. I got some other really nice stuff for really cheap. I mean, stuff that wouldn't be there in Cincinnati because, you know, people are getting it. If the outdoor flea market opens at 7, people are there at 6:30 shopping already. So it seems like a good place to open an auction up. Yeah. I think Columbus is probably My in-laws live in Columbus, so if I don't get down south, I want to move to Florida. If I don't get to Florida, I mean, maybe I just move up to Columbus and have more free reign on getting better stuff. So at the big yard sale this year. Oh, you're only 2 hours away. Yeah, I want to go to some like southern, like I think there's like a Highway 70 sale. I want to do that. There's a bunch down south that I want to go to. Definitely some, and my wife really wants to go to that stuff too. So I think we'll do some more garage sales down south. Get a hotel room and then just go for like a whole weekend to those big long garage sales. We have one here in Cincinnati that runs I don't runs from south all the way up to like Michigan or something. I went to that one last year. I think it was awesome. I went to that one and I didn't go for a very long time, and I got some really good stuff in that. So let's see. That's what Cincinnati Picker did before. Yeah, Cincinnati Picker. Yeah, he has. I go to his auction place. Sometimes I buy stuff on his auction site. Well, I guess he doesn't really run it anymore, but yeah, I've met Cincinnati Picker at his auction place. I can't remember what it's called now, but I haven't bought anything off there for a couple of months. But so congrats on the 1K. That is awesome. We just went and looked at a building today to open an antique shop. That's cool. Yeah, I think one of the goals, I think I have lofty goals for reselling. I honestly do. I honestly do. I think anything is possible in reselling. I honestly think that. Like when people ask me what are my goals, I want to be doing at least 10,000 a month. I mean, at least 10,000 a month. Where does it run in Michigan? I don't remember the highway right now. I'll have to look after this is over. Some highway, I don't remember what, 228 or something. That goes all the way from down south all the way up through Michigan, up through Ohio, up through Michigan. It's like the longest yard sale. I think they all claim they're the longest yard sale, but I don't know if this one actually is. But anyway, yeah. So I would love to have like Craigslist Hunter has, where he has like a shop in the front, he has his warehouse in the back. I think that's totally possible. I don't see any reason why there's not. At some point I want to move, have enough like inventory and stuff coming in that I need a warehouse. I want to be able to like buy storage units as much as I want, because right now I'm extremely limited in what I can buy on storage units. Like if they have mattresses, couches, big furniture, washer, dryer, which most storage units do, I'm out. I don't have the like means of moving that stuff around. I don't have the manpower, that kind of thing. So I'd love to have a warehouse, and there's no reason, if I'm going to have a warehouse, why not have like a store in the front part? You know what I mean? A store that doesn't need to sell things to remain open. That's what I think is cool about it. Is, I'll sell on eBay. If somebody comes in my store and buys it, even better. But the sales I make on eBay will keep my doors open, So that's kind of one of the things that I want to do. Sure. What do you think of Black Ops Soldier? I don't know what that is. Unknown Black Ops Hunter. I don't know what Black Ops Soldier is. But anyway, I think that's it. Anybody else got any other questions? We've been live for 8 hour and 23 minutes. That's pretty good. 10K a month is easy for someone like you that works hard, isn't on YouTube all day. Dang. Tommy Bernard with the shots. Highway 127. Maybe that is what it is. Highway 127. Is that the one that runs all the way up through Ohio and up to Michigan? I went there last year for like one day for like a couple of hours. It was crazy. It was madness. There's cars everywhere. There's people walking in the middle of the streets. At the time when I went to that, my anxieties were really, really bad. Now I'm going to go there this year. A new person with a lot more knowledge. I'm going to kill it at those garage sales this year. I promise you. Garage sales are going to be a lot better this year for me. Last year, went to the garage sales with just one thing in mind: finding video games and then a little bit of knowledge here. My knowledge base has grown so much over like the winter that I feel like going to the garage sales this year. We're going to kill it, man. Michigan down to Alabama. That's it. That's the 127. So, whew. Anyway, that's it. I'm getting out of here, guys. Appreciate, again, all the love and support. Thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. First live video for me on the channel. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate all the questions, the comments, the support. Keep that stuff coming. It honestly really does help me, and it lets me know that, that you guys enjoy it. So anyway, that is it this evening. a lot of talking, an hour and 23 minutes straight of talking. Got some water, so we're doing good. But thank you guys so much for all the support. Appreciate it. Have a great night, guys. Hopefully we'll do another live stream like this at some point. So before like 5,000 subscribers. So you worked hard. Bye, all. Congrats. Thank you, guys. Love you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. And I will see you in the next video. Next video is coming out Sunday. Next video Sunday. Thanks, guys.